soldier. It won't go through a struggle that much. No need for it. These guys are going through a struggle. You about that, what do you like, Call of Duty? You sat on that for 3 months straight. Okay?
Fortnite.
3 months straight.
You want?
Don't play months straight.
My bad, 2K19. That's a G game though.
Can you bring it to here?
You guys are all blessed, huh? It's a blessing to be.
I'm so happy I never had video game in my life. I'm so happy. I'd be addicted like this.
Right here.
So fellas, what did you think about that guy getting shot on the train?
Nah, honestly, it was really messed up.
Messed up.
Even if he did something against like something bad to those guys, like he didn't deserve that kind of fate.
Okay. I'm a walking miracle. I took a bullet to the mouth.
Really?
What?
Okay?
You took a bullet to the mouth.
Okay? I took a bullet to the mouth.
And where did it go?
It got stuck in my cheek and my nose cavity. And then I cut it out while I was doing time to let it out. I looked up the Terminator. Okay?
My aunt works in Rikers Island.
Nice. An amazing place, right?
Yeah, my friend.
Your aunt must be scared to death every time she walks through there, depending on the situation.
She specifically got a big car just so she
Okay?
Miss Shimona, her name is
A
Shimona.
lot of other people work
So
there.
she could stand out, right?
I always wanted to go on Hanukkah or like before Shabbos to get like put on film there, but they never let me go.
Okay? I'm very, very much love this kid right now. And not only do I love you, I also very much like you.
Thank you.
Love is a big thing between us here, the unity. We wake up every morning and we say that. That's one thing that gets us all together, is united. Now, one thing that I didn't have growing up was a lot of unity. Like, we were all homeboys. We all chilled. We all got high together.
I never spoke.
We all did stupid things. Thank God. I'm very happy that you didn't do anything. You, my friend, are true inspiration. And a lot of you people should look up to him, to the things that he's doing.
I don't smoke marijuana.
Okay, I'm not talking about what you're smoking. I didn't ask if you were smoking anything. I hope nobody's getting high. I hope nobody thinks about doing like Molly and all that other stuff. Let me tell you where it leads you. How many friends over here of yours do you know died when they were 12 or 15 years old from an overdose? I hope none of you's after. You know somebody?
No.
You know somebody? You do, right?
Not died, but he survived.
But he survived. Okay. Or surviving or sitting on heavy drugs and all that other
He
stuff.
passed out in the bathroom.
It's a miracle he's still breathing. Now, how many of you people ever had like almost a life-death experience? Okay? Where you almost got hit by a car. Or where you almost fell into something and something moved you and saved your life. Nice. I'm very happy for you. But then we seem to forget that day just passed us. We walk past it and we're just like, wow, does God exist? We forgot. We forgot that we got saved. We forgot that car didn't hit us for a reason. We forgot. But sometimes we also forget that we have a purpose. This man right here has a purpose. He knows where his goals are. Repeat. You see this man right here? I want all of you to look up to him. You, I love the fact that you teach people with your time. You're a beautiful person. I want you to always remember that. You're wonderful. All your neshamas have to be wonderful. You know who we are?
Jews.
We're Jews. What did we go through? The chosen ones, right, that's correct. And what do we go through? We always go through paths of struggle.
Slavery.
And going up. In slavery, we went through slavery, but who did we come from?
Hashem.
We come from a king.
Moshe.
We come from kings. We come from kings.
Wait, I have a question. You know how God says nothing lasts forever?
Okay.
How does the Jews last forever? He
The
said that
neshama.
in the Torah. How does that?
Our souls. This whole world was meant and purposed for us. For us. But what are we not doing correct? A lot of us. We're wasting our time because we're going around with no purpose. We forgot what our purpose was. God showed himself on Mount Sinai for a reason, and then he even said that he's going to exile us. We're going to go through exile for our sins. To go all around the earth because he chose us to be his priests, and we have to be better. We have to show ourselves to be better. We have to move like kings. We come from kings. We are kings, every single last one of us, and we have to behave like that. When you're going to be behaving in the front of a king, my friend, If a king walked in right now and you seen him, would you be sitting there slouched out?
No.
No, you're gonna stand up like a soldier, right? What time do you get up in the morning?
Depends on what day it is.
Okay, do you like getting up in the morning? You must probably crawl out of bed.
I mean, I don't mind.
Time, you know,
Half a guy.
right?
Get out of bed
You,
in
the
morning.
video games, you're just like, you're probably up all night and you're waking up like at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well, maybe.
Okay, you go to school now?
Boys,
Okay, well for sure. Well for sure. How's school?
that's good.
You go to high school?
What's the yeshiva, these guys?
Oh, they're all yeshiva buffs?
Some of them.
Yes.
Nice. How many of you go to yeshiva?
They're going to my yeshiva.
Okay, and you go to public school?
Ooh.
He's in
My college.
college.
What college you go to?
Greensboro.
Okay.
You never knew?
They're twins.
Raise
their hand.
These two.
You two are twins.
Yeah, them two, right? But they're looking up.
They're the Rebbe's twins,
That's
Marshall.
That's that's
The Rebbe gave their parents a bracha. They couldn't have any kids. Their
4
parents.
twins.
Really?
The Rebbe gave
How
them
many of you guys
$4.
believe in the Rebbe?
I'm only allowed to say him.
Let me tell you something great about the Rebbe.
I'm
Never
sorry
met
for,
that
for
man.
interrupting.
Yes. Как дела?
That's my child, and he doesn't let me in. Can you tell him?
Yeah, please come in.
Because I'm telling him that's wrong.
Пожалуйста, заходите.
Jacob, come in.
Jacob, sit
You
down.
speak Russian at all?
Да.
Скажите ему по-русски, пожалуйста.
Пожалуйста, пусть мой
Jacob,
папа
sit down.
сядет спокойно. Он голодный сейчас. Папа, ты можешь сделать, пожалуйста, браху?
Where's Abby?
Хочешь помыться, покушать, пожалуйста.
Ну, спасибо.
Чего?
Ну, я просто сытый.
Я уже сытый?
Стараюсь потерять, я толстый стал.
Okay. Дай ему кто-то
Я
лохай.
не ужинаю.
Get him a лохай.
What you need?
I'll have
No,
one.
you see, he's just like, seems to be ashamed that I came in.
Shy.
I want you to explain, please.
I love
While,
the
while
backwards.
I'm present. Because I gotta go.
Let them bloom.
Guns and falafel?
Jacob, why you not letting me in? Why?
Yeah.
I'm letting you in. I'm just asking why you're here.
He gives you a lot of love, Abba. He wants your attention.
Why?
Yeah.
I want to know where you are, what you doing,
I told mom.
who you with.
No.
He's hanging out with the gangsters.
I love it.
Pops
I'm not
loves you, bro.
gangsters.
Yeah.
Why not?
True gangsters.
Why you
Pops
shy?
loves you, bro.
I'm not
True
shy.
gangsters.
I wish my dad was here.
Okay, you
The
feel
kosher
good?
nostra,
Yes.
the mitzvah mouth.
Good.
Much better.
I'm
Sold
very
to by you.
Falafel?
Я могу говорить по-русски?
Да.
Говори, что ты хочешь.
No.
Пожалуйста.
Он сейчас учится в Бэмби.
Окей.
No.
Вот. И он там, можно сказать, лучший студент.
Окей.
Вот. И он мне сказал, что на следующий год он хочет попробовать ешиву пойти.
That's a beautiful thing.
What grade are you gonna be in?
Вот. И я, знаете как, я никогда не насилую своих детей. Потому что если он захочет, он пойдет. Правильно?
Ты отличный папа.
Не захочет, не пойдет.
Если твой сын что-то хочет, и он хочет что-то хорошего,
Я
он,
его очень люблю,
он тебя ни
поэтому
другого
я
не
хочу.
говорит, он хорошего тебе говорит. Окей, он тебе хорошего говорит, потому что не все школы правильно учат твоих детей. Я вырос в этом, я вырос в Коньяуде, Бруклине, около Брайтона.
Я согласен.
И там школы,
Нехорошо.
Там я знаю.
competition, bullying. Люди ни за что начинают, потому что у них что-то не так. В Ешива их учат правила, их учат moral, их учат быть королем.
Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting. I love you.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Bye.
Good night.
Do what he tells you. He's a good kid. Listen to him.
Just tell him the best thing to do to listen to me.
Not on everything, depending on the situation. Your rabbi first. Rabbi first. I'll be honest with you. Rabbi first.
Okay.
He's so sad right now. No, I'm glad.
So back to that. Let's pick up on this topic right now about how your father
When your
feels.
parents, it's you just,
Jacob.
you're like, yeah.
Wish you could
You don't
listen.
know what your father's gonna say or your mother, you know, they could like. lie
Actually, you
on
want to hear your
spot.
story?
So my story.
Sometimes they wish kids
I
were-
grew up in
Sometimes
Coney
they
Island.
spot like,
Yo, listen.
Shut up.
How many of you know the game The Warriors or the movie The Warriors?
say Jean-Claude?
No, not Sean Connery. It's an old
Wait,
movie,
what?
but it's a video game right now. But anyway, I grew up in Coney Island. How many people know Coney Island? Know the rides, the beach.
I go
Yeah.
there all the time.
Okay, great.
I go to Brighton Beach too.
Okay, it's a beautiful thing. So, back in the 90s, I was a little kid over there, growing up in, Luna Park.
Yeah, Luna Park.
It's very loony over there, a lot of Meshuggahs, a lot of not hope, a lot of not rabbis. A lot of people that just hung out and started falling into their video games, waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning, just chilling out, smoking. And very competitive. And what do I mean about competitive? People saw something about somebody else and they made fun of him. If you didn't have a certain thing, you got picked on. If you didn't have the right kicks, you got laughed on. Or maybe robbed, or maybe jumped. Or depending on the situation, because, people want to be gangsters. People eliminated the wrong things. Me growing up in that hood, I was a good student. I was a great student. I loved school. But some things in my life, my house wasn't that well. There's no Torah in the house. There wasn't that much love in the house. My parents fought, but we loved each other no matter what. I have a younger brother. And growing up, I used my anger a lot. My anger I took out on everybody. I exploded on anything. I got tired of getting hit. I got tired of getting picked on. And it's just like I allowed my true nature to come out like a dog, like a wild beast. You know what happens when you hit a dog? He's going to snap back at you?
Yeah.
So I stopped being afraid, but then I started using that to my power to stop getting beat up. Then it came to the point where I took advantage of that power. And I let it move.
You become it.
And I became it. And I allowed it to follow me wherever I walked into or whatever situation it was. Even if no reason. No reason that I moved my anger. To heal my anger, I would get into a fight. To heal my anger, I would go smoke weed with the cool kids. I looked up to the wrong people because everybody was telling me what it is to be a tough guy and a gangster, which I didn't want to be. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an architect. I drew. But the people didn't believe in me around me because people were miserable in their own lives. And we took in the wrong role models in our lives. We emulated the rap game, the TV, the Michigas. Who's making money, who's this, who's that, and we followed all that. But we forgot who we are. But nobody ever taught us well because we didn't go to the right places. Sometimes we didn't even want to. You think a lot of you guys wanted to come here and sit here and listen to me? I don't know. But a lot of people did this in front of me, even though through the trials and tribulations that I went for getting arrested the first time when I was 18. Again, my anger. My anger led me to getting locked up. I beat up a guy to oblivion because of my anger. I got arrested. I did 5 years probation for that because of my anger. The first time I legitimately saw Rikers Island. How many of you know Rikers Island over here? Again, you got family working there, right? First time I saw that, I was 21. Brooklyn House, I saw 18 and then out of jail, getting locked up. It all just moved with my anger. Being on probation moved with my anger. That violation came because of my anger, because I pulled out a baseball bat, and a whole bunch of people, and said, mess with my brother again. It was like situation after situation, but it was my anger that led me there. Instead of being a role model to my little brother, I was the opposite. I was showing him the wrong way. I showed him it's okay to do the stupid things and fight for the stupid things that we were fighting for. Touching somebody's girlfriend, bombing somebody on Halloween, throwing eggs at people, or just doing stupid stuff, prank calling each other. Those little ticks for tax led to other things. Those little ticks for tax, and as we got older, we got into the drug game, and we started getting into stupid things, like everything became a hustle. Or some of us didn't have enough money, or some of us didn't have the things that our parents wouldn't buy us, because they didn't have enough, because they struggled to come from Russia, or from whatever, from Baku, wherever everybody came from, and struggled over there, because they didn't allow us to be Jews, and they came out here and did their gangster thing. Or some of them actually opened up businesses. A lot of them came over there with that hard mentality and brought it down on us, and we've seen that. Or whatever goes on in our homes. We see, situations, or in our friends, or the people that we try to emulate because they try to say that's the cool thing to do. You know who a true gangster is? This is a true gangster. This is a true gangster. Okay? He's a true gangster. You guys are all true gangsters. You guys are all Jews. But what does it mean to be a gangster? You guys might think it's a guy that's robbing people, extorting people, doing all this crazy stuff in their lives. It's not. That's not a gangster. They're some people like that in that game, they do it because their yesh leads them. Because anybody has an opportunity, we all have a mission and an option to go. We all have that chance. There's two different roads. It's just what you choose. If you're taught into it, then we have to bring the light to that place to the people that are down. If your friend is doing stupid stuff, don't be scared to tell him that he's doing stupid stuff. You pull your boys up. Because I grew up in a neighborhood where it was nice to be miserable. It was nice not to be happy. There was wars all the time, and the war is always within ourselves. We're always fighting against ourselves. And that's how God tests us. Like when you have a challenge, you question yourself a lot, right? We all do. You know what that challenge, you know who's questioning that? Our evil side. We have those emotions. Like we were given the positive, and then we were given what's inside the body, which is all negative. But we have to learn how to control ourselves and to believe in ourselves. And to find the right mentor that when he tells you you want to go to yeshiva, you have to find that mentor that's going to push you and say, yes, you should go to yeshiva. Or you want to be an artist, or you want to be a basketball star, you guys can push through those dreams. If you fight for it, don't let anybody ever tell you that you should not do anything that you don't want to do. But don't also fall into something that's going to block you. Drugs block you. Drugs block you. Forget the gateway. They block you. They completely block you. Even the drugs that the doctors give somebody for depression or something will block you. There's a thing that they say, and they probably, whatever, the way the schools, they put their doctors out there to say that you're a certain way, maybe ADHD, ADD, because you're hyper or something. You're not sick. You have something that you want, that you have a talent inside of you. What are some of your talents? What's your talent, Mr. Video Game Man? What do you love? What do you appreciate the most?
One-on-one
And
sniper.
legit.
So big.
Legit. What do you think you're going to be in the future? Where do you want to go?
I like cooking.
You like cooking.
Where's that?
You see, why are you laughing at that? What's wrong with that? How many famous men were chefs?
Gordon Ramsay.
Many. What do you really want to do in life?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. Why did you choose cooking? You
Only
cook
thing
for your
He can
boys,
make
you
some
invite
meat eggs.
everybody over for those cut parties, huh? Huh?
Yeah, when he gets a
Come on,
What do you
listen, I
a
would
10
do
a
it
10
all.
kill
wanna
streak,
be-
a
why
10
you
kill
wanna be-
streak, he
When
celebrates.
he gets that new pen, he invites us all over. Hey guys, you want to try out my new pen?
Oh, nice. What kind of pen?
The ones like whenever you come to the door, bang.
Yeah.
The ones from Cooking Mama.
Those vape ones, those nice little ones with the extra stuff in it.
I don't know what it's talking about.
I don't know, you look lean right now, so it's okay.
He knows about the
It's fine, trust me. It's all good. I see the cotton. It's okay. It's okay.
All this hair.
Don't get into dangerous things. Don't get into pills. Don't get into what people are telling you are cool. It's not. I promise you, if somebody's not doing right and they're saying it's a good thing to follow, don't follow. It's not. Follow when you do something positive. Help your other brother. Help your soldiers. Don't go down with you guys. Don't lift each other up. That's what you have to do, is lift each other up. I didn't have too many people lifting me up. If you were trying to get lifted up, if somebody seen me with tits in the yarmulke back then, you would have gotten beat up in my neighborhood. It wasn't open, or it wasn't brung to us. And you guys have a great opportunity where you're at right now. I'm very thankful for these guys having the program. I don't want to see you guys going through struggle over struggle because you're falling into stupidity and you don't believe in yourselves. You guys are all kings. I want you guys to remember that. Can everybody say I'm a king?
You too.
Say I'm a king.
I'm
I'm
a
a
kid.
king.
Say that louder.
I'm a king.
I'm a
I don't
kid.
hear it from you. You're just too slouched out and lazy. Like, you're about to go to college. You're about to be this big boy.
He's already
What are you
in
going to be
college.
doing in college? What are you going there for? What are you going to learn in college right now?
Like, what am I trying to be?
Yeah, what are you trying to be?
Physical therapist.
Nice. Okay. I see you being
How are you being a Philistine if you're slouched up like this?
I see that. I see that of coming with you. That's good.
Thank
You're
you.
gonna be a doctor, continued success, all the brothers.
He's
Be an
slouching
inspiration.
up.
No, it's fine. He doesn't need this. It's for him, it's fine. Maybe he can save somebody else. Don't fall into that other stuff. You know. You're not gonna be coming giving the pills to people, right, for their pain and stuff like that. That's not you. You really want to heal people.
Yes.
Turn people away from that. I beg you.
Thank you.
So many people are dying from that. I had a friend that got into a motorcycle accident. So stage by stage, what got me to here, what led me to here. 2012 Mother's Day. 10 o'clock, I called my mother to wish her a happy Mother's Day. At this point, I'm selling heroin. I'm on it. And I'm doing a lot of other things. Like, I don't care no more. Life brought me to a place where I followed my heart, so I came to a point where I thought life wasn't worth living anymore. Where I allowed things to come over me. I allowed my heart and my emotions to drive me all the time. Because I allowed that, 2012 came. 2012, because of what I was doing, two people walked into my house. First shot I took in my arm, came in and out. Second shot hit me in my mouth. I go to jail for a week for a gun charge that I have because they found a gun in my house. My gun. They let me out because the system plays from criminal court to Supreme Court so they can hit you with the felony. But now I'm already 2 open cases in. I have an open case for drugs already because I got caught with a girlfriend of mine who wasn't Jewish. Who I realized, which will come out to later when I get to Florida and all the changes happen, they suck energy from you. Whoever you're with, they sucks energy from you. So, I get shot after calling my mother at 10 o'clock. 12 o'clock, I'm already, the cops are coming to my house. And I'm running around like a maniac. I don't care for nothing. I don't care for nothing. They lock me up. They take me to the hospital. Hit me up with some morphine. Can't take the bullet out of my nose. I had no clue I got shot in and out of the arm. I didn't even know I got shot in the mouth because I was so hooked up on drugs. I didn't feel nothing. And then, at 5 o'clock in the morning, my brother comes in crying because the police called him and told him, your brother's in jail. Your brother's in the hospital. Laying in the, we got to talk to your brother's in the hospital, and they weren't explaining to him. So he came over there and rushed. My brother's my hero. My brother's younger than me. He saved me. Okay? When he walked into that hospital bed, and he seen me laying there, the first thing I could tell him is, get me out of here. I got my stuff at home. I got money at home. Get me out of here. And all I wanted to do was go back out there and get high. That's all my mission became at this point. I didn't care that I just got shot. I didn't care for anything. I went into jail. They let me out a week later, no bail, because they couldn't prove that the gun was really mine, and it's just a game that they play, because obviously I knew who shot me. So a couple of months go by, I'm back out in the streets, and I'm still running mad. I don't care. I still don't learn my lesson. I still don't learn my lesson. It came to a point where I got locked up every Shabbos. Every Shabbos of 2012, that whole summer, I got locked up in my old neighborhood, where I continued doing my dirt. But it was like a savior, because these cops, who also saved my life, because he kept bothering me and arresting me, I just got tired of getting arrested. I got tired. I couldn't, it just kept going back and forth. Now I got 2 open cases, and now every day I'm getting locked up. My life is going nowhere. Nowhere. Then one day, I get a phone call from my district, from the district attorney of Brooklyn, and he calls me and says, we got the guy that shot you, come in. I said, no. You should go after yourself. I didn't even care. I didn't want to. I don't care for that guy. So he threatened me with jail, and I said, fine. I think jail saved my life. I copped out 2013 of February. No, in January I copped out. February I went to jail. I hung out in Florida. My mom had a condo out there. I went to Florida to see her for 30 days. I haven't seen my mom in years. My mom didn't see me for years. I had no relationship with anybody because I got so deep into the game that I was disgusted with myself. And just to discuss even the violence that I did over there, like to make me feel better, yeah, I hurt this guy, I feel like the man. I didn't feel like the man being that drug dealer. I felt no hope whatsoever. I didn't see no light. Getting shot didn't stop me, but when I went to jail, and I hung out in Rikers Island after 30 days sitting in my mom, I think that was the most time I did that was the worst. Thinking about the time that I got to go into Rikers Island. It's a year, but it just like every day that thought, you're going away. Or like any of you get excited when you know something's coming, whether it's a good feeling or a bad feeling, you know that doesn't stop. So I go into Rikers Island, playpen. I hung out in there like any other street. Like any other street corner. That's what it felt like in there. It just felt like the streets. And there was no purpose in there. There's nothing you can do in there. 7 months in, I get into a fight. I get into a fight because I wanted something done and it wasn't being done for me. My animal. I'm about to go home. I fell in love with the place. That made me scared. I go into the box after this fight for 30 days. 30 days I sit there. Now, mind you, before I go into this box, I was locked. The box is the solitary confinement, the jail within the jail. And before I go in there, I met a rabbi. A rabbi came once every week. He came every Thursday to visit. And he wrapped me up with the filling, and he said, the only reason I came here is because I seen that you were the only Jewish name out of 99% there were people there. You're the only Jewish name over here. I said, great. He was glad to meet me. He wrapped me up with the filling. And I told him, I thought you only guys do this on Friday. I had no clue that we wrapped the filling every day. I had no clue. So I asked him for the Bible. He says, we don't, which was actually what a siddur is, a praying book today, what I learned. He gave me the Tehillim. Thank God I had this Tehillim on me. It was the only thing I was allowed to read in the box for the first 7 days. It's the only pieces of anything they let me have because I told them it was my prayer book. I go into the box, they think I have something boofed up my tuchus. I think I'm hiding something up there. Because that's what it looked like in the shadow because of my uniform. So I was in this place for 7 days in intensive care. 7 days where they watch you, you can't go out for a shower, nothing. 24 completely locked down. All they give you is food, and then there's a toilet with a screen in it to make sure whatever comes out of you, you deposit. And then they can see it, whether it's drugs, a blade, whatever you have up there. 7 days. I guess it's Hashgot Pratis. How many of you know what the meaning of that word is? Please, translate that word.
Divine providence.
Everything happens for a reason. So for the 7 days that I'm in there, there's one security guard watching us. The only thing I'm allowed to do is read this Tehillim. And I'm reading Tehillim, and I'm reading all the Psalms of David and the Korahs and all the situations that they go through. And I went through it. And I'm just like relating to a lot. And then I get out of that situation, they find out I had nothing up there, the x-ray finally cleared me, they let me go into the regular box. Now I'm in this place, I got another 23 days to go. Drive a person crazy sitting in a box by yourself with roaches flying on you. You know? Whole box full of roaches. Man, I hope nobody ever here has to see that, or any of your friends, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, what I saw. Okay? But the fact that scared me the most is that after I walked out of there, I felt so much more comfortable. Not the fact that I felt like it was nothing. I didn't care for the challenge. It was too simple. I liked it in jail. That scared me. Now I'm a 3-time felon. 3 felons. Can you get jobs, normal jobs with felonies?
Nope.
What do you think my mom is feeling right now about me? To the person that used to tell me this is what's going to happen to you, and I never listened to her. So back to role models. This is why you guys need the right role models. This is why you guys need spiritual guidance. This is why you guys, if you have an idea, you have to speak your mind. You have to speak your wants and what you want in your future. The more you speak, words are powerful. Wish upon yourselves good things. How many of you guys have imaginations? Everybody, right? How many guys sometimes imagine the worst in their life? It's powerful, huh? But what happens? If you imagine the worst, why are you bringing that into fruition? Why are you wishing the worst on yourselves? Because when you do that, when you use your imagination in a negative way, it puts you away. I use my imagination in the most negative ways. When I said, God, I want to do this hustle, which I'm not going to bring up what hustles other than the ones that I got locked up for. But he gave me the key to all these hustles, and for every wrong thing I did, I got smacked in the face. Everything I did that was wrong, I excelled in because he gave me the opportunity, and I chose that path to keep going and going for. Because I was following the role models. The role models around me all started falling, and I fell into it with them. Whatever they were doing, I was doing. I followed people. Knowing that I'm a strong leader in my own heart, I just hung out and I figured if it's okay that he's doing it, I'm going to try it. It's okay, he's doing it, that's my uncle. I seen my uncle doing it. I'm going to do it too, it's cool. Okay, cocaine was put by in my nose because my uncles were cool. I tried certain things because other people that were older in the neighborhood I thought were cool and I wanted to be down. That coolness brought everybody down. You know what really woke me up? I was in Rikers Island, I'm about to leave, and I give my mom a phone call, I'm about to go home. My mom starts telling me one death after another. One death after another, how people were overdosing on drugs. How people were just like losing themselves on drugs. How people were giving gifts and it gets taken away from us because we're not doing it in the purpose. When you're not doing nothing, God doesn't need you. When you're not doing anything positive, God doesn't need you. You're disconnected from Him. I didn't ever realize that. I didn't realize purpose until I got out of Rikers Island. I came out to Florida. Thank God again that my mom ended up there. 10 years. I stayed away from my mother because of the life that I lived. 10 years I stayed away from my family. Like, they heard from me. They spoke to me, but I wasn't the person to look at after anymore. Like, I was the man in my home. I was the man in my home. And I fell off because of the things around me, because I blamed the world for everything that's going on in my life. I blamed my mother for the way she raised me. I blamed my father for his things. I blamed everybody when I knew it was my fault, because I had a choice. I have a choice to always heal myself. I have a choice to bring myself better. But if you keep feeding into the negative things, it's going to be like a domino effect. It's going to repeat to negativity. But if you keep doing positive things, this is the outcome. What's your name again? Aaron Moshe. Say your name again, louder.
Aaron Moshe.
Say it loud like you mean, like your name means something.
Aaron Moshe.
Okay. I want to get you a little smug, but I'm just saying, we all have a choice in the path to take, and always take it with guidance. Always go to somebody that you can really, really trust, that you know no matter what it is, you're going to come there and you're going to get the right answer from them. But don't only make it one. Find yourself a rabbi. Find yourself a mentor. Find yourself a best friend. And I don't want your best friend to be that cool guy that tells you